बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome again for the same lesson, the same story, The Ant Lion, from your textbook. This interesting story is written by a great Australian author, Judith Wright. She is very much concerned about feelings and emotions. She says feelings or emotions are the universal language and are to be honored. They are the authentic expression of who you are at your deepest place. This lesson is for the all sections of grade 8, and the purpose of this lesson is to get you comprehension of the lesson, and from your textbook Oxford Modern English 8 it has been taken, and it is 25th of August 2020. The day is Tuesday. Your teacher Sayyid Mubashir Hussain Shah is here for you. Dear students, the target task of the lesson is to enable you to enjoy reading a short story. The purpose of this lesson is also to make you psychologically and emotionally strong. We also want to improve your vocabulary. We also want to enable you to comprehend the lesson. And last but not the least, we want to introduce the Australian short storyteller Judith Wright. Dear students, the main words given in the words to know are in front of you. These are the difficult words, might be new for you. The first word is arena, the central part of a stadium in which contests take place. The next word is cicadas, transparent winged shrill chirping insects. The next word is contours, which tells us about the outlines, the brim of something. The next word is dexterous, which means deft, clever, cunning. Next word is dimensions. There are different aspects of dimensions. There is length, breadth, and height of something, and more than that, there is size of something. The next word is dingo, Australian white dog. Dingo, Australian white dog. Enraptured, delighted intensely. When somebody is rejoiced, it can be said enraptured. Frantically, in a wide, excited manner. Frenziedly, widely, as in a panic. When there is some panic, some pangs of pain are there, we can say widely, in a very troublesome situation, the word frenziedly can be used. Gingerly, with extreme caution, so as to avoid making a noise or injuring oneself or what is touched. For that situation, gingerly is used. Obstinate, of stubborn nature, very hard nature, which situation does not allow somebody to make a compromise. That type of person is called obstinate. Stubborn. Persistently, continuingly, determinedly, with determination, with continuous approach of determination, we can use an adverb for that, persistently. Relentlessly, not becoming less stern, not yielding, not becoming less stern, not yielding. Ruthlessly, in a pitiless way. In some way, relentlessly and ruthlessly can come under the same situation. Relentlessly, not becoming less stern when you are hard with somebody in your dealings and you don't want to compromise and you don't have the mercy for any person. And ruthless is the same situation, and for that situation the adverb ruthlessly is used in a pitiless way, in a way where is no pity. Spasmodic, jerky, in fits and starts, when there is something not continuous and just making jerks in fits and starts, that situation is called jerky, spasmodic. The next word is treacherously, deceptively, making deceptions and deceiving others in a way that is treacherous, deceptive way. The ant thinks the sand will stay still, but it does not. Just there is a situation in which the meat ant is in deception, and this deception has been created by the ant lion. Dear students, here we want to introduce the lesson. The Ant Lion is an Australian short story. It has been taken from Judith Wright's first book of short stories, The Nature of Love, published in 1966. So the story we are reading has been published in 1966, and these stories along with some others were published in the journal The Bulletin, and the setting of the story is Queensland, Australia. The Ant Lion gives its reader a wonderful analysis of an insight into the psychology of children as well. Moving towards the next approach towards the introduction to the lesson, this interesting story is about preying technique of an ant lion. This insect is a very interesting little creature, about 1/4 of an inch. Its name is ant lion. It suggests it is a creature of prey. It makes victims, it makes prey, it makes other smaller or weaker creatures its prey, especially the meat ants, and it makes traps for the hunt of other smaller, weaker insects. It selects a patch of soft sand, it builds the trap on it, and then treacherously it buries itself in it. By maneuvering underneath the sand, the ant lion forms an imitation ant hill. Imitation ant hill is just to show it is not the ant hill in reality, but just a fake ant hill, and there is a hole through the center. When the smaller weak ants pass across the hill, the sand slips beneath its feet, and the more it struggles, the deeper it goes until the ant lion feels the pang of hunger, which prompts it to reach through the sand and makes sure of its victim. Dear students, here are the two children, Marvina and Max, a brother and a sister. Marvina is the sister and Max is the brother. They are in the story. They are playing with the insects. They are playing with the ants. They present their age fellows. Their fellows of the same age are like these people. The psychology of the child has also been highlighted through this story. Thorough reading of the story will help you understand this aspect of the story, because there is the psychology of the children of this particular age has been highlighted. The students are directed to read the story before they go towards the exercises. Only when they can enjoy the story, when they understand all the aspects of the story. Dear students, here I want to move towards the comprehension exercise, but this exercise is for the students who have read the story. If you don't have read before, move towards the story and read it first. Then you will be able to do these questions. You will be able to answer these questions. Anyhow, for the students who have read the story, I am going to explain the questions and their answers. First of all, the first question is in front of you. In the first paragraph of the story, what are the two children trying to do? Yes, definitely they are playing with the ants. In the first paragraph of the story, Marvina, the sister, tries to push the ant up to the slope away from the ant lion, and Max blows it down to the ant lion. In the first paragraph, we come to know the sister is in favor of the meat ant lion, the weaker ant, and her brother Max is doing vice versa. He is just putting the ant lion towards the meager creature, meat ant, weaker ant, and also putting meat and the weaker ant to the ant lion. So in the first paragraph of the story, the sister Marvina tries to push the ant up the slope away from the ant lion. She wants to do something in favor of the weak ant, the meat ant. And on the other hand, the Max blows it down to the ant lion. They are leaning towards the smaller patch, the smaller you can see the ditch where the ants can be seen, and you can also see the picture given in your lesson to understand the pure concept. Moving towards question number 2. How do we know that Marvina is not too keen on continuing the activity that she and her brother are engaged in? Marvina seems to have a soft nature, and she is not in favor of cruelty, which is her brother Max doing? So, answer to this question you can write. We know that Marvana is not too keen on continuing the activity that she and her brother are engaged in, because she tells Max not to get any more ants. She says she won't watch anymore and covers her eyes. She covers her eyes because she can't see any more brutality on their part. C. Question C. How do we know that the children are completely absorbed in watching the meat and being attacked by the ant lion? The first thing, how do we know that the children are completely absorbed in watching the meat and being attacked by the ant lion? Then we need to choose two sentences from two different paragraphs. Which of these tenses tell us that their concentration was directed towards the battle alone? Answer to this question, we can say evidence to show that the children are completely absorbed in watching the meat and being attacked by the ant lion. The two children stared down, lying on their stomachs, heads almost together, shamed and raptured. She clung to the tree root with one hand and stared down. You can understand this thing. It is a good evidence to show that the children are completely absorbed in watching the meat and being attacked by the ant lion. They are just watching this activity. The two children stared down. They are busy and lying on their stomachs, heads almost together, and then, shamed and raptured, she clung to the tree root with one hand and stared down. These are the two sentences in front of you from different paragraphs. They tell us, they give us the evidence that they are completely absorbed in the activity. Now moving towards the next question. Question D. It asks, what difficulties did the meat ant have to contend with in trying to get out of the reach of the ant lion? You must know the weaker creatures also were given this chance to save them from other creatures, mighty creatures, and they have their own defense system to protect themselves. So she is applying everything to reach out of the excess of ant lion. So the answer can be in a very simple words. In trying to get out of the reach of ant lion, the meat ant had to contend with the sand slope, and with Max using his stick to push it back. On one hand, she is using the sand slope to go out of the reach of the ant lion, and Max is doing something, an act of cruelty. He is using his stick to push it down. Then, which words and expressions are used to describe the movements of the ant lion? Some words have been used to play a role of an adjective to describe the movements of the ant lion. These words are listed here. Quick. The ant lion is quick. It has been said she is quick. She is dexterous. Dexterous. She is thrust. Thrust. She is using the word thrust for ant lion. Then the word is jerk. Then the word seized, hung on, And in the same way, some other words are here to describe the activities of the ant lion. Dear students, there is another question which is little bit difficult, but if you go towards proper understanding, you will face no problem. At the beginning, Max says about the ant lion, I want to show it to everyone. He is so rejoiced, he is so excited. In the beginning, he is announcing that he will show it to everyone. But at the end of the story, his sister Marvina asks him excitedly, are you going to bring Harry down and show it to him? Harry is the name of his friend. Will you bring Harry down here to show this ant lion to him? Max tells her to shut up. He is so guilty. At present, he has changed his mind and he tells her to shut up. Why do you think he changed his mind about showing the ant lion to his friends? Definitely, he has changed his mind because he is feeling, now he has started to feel that he is guilty and he is embarrassed. So, in simple words, you can answer, he changed his mind because he had begun to feel embarrassment of what act of cruelty he had done with the meat ant, a weaker creatures. So he had to change his mind, and now he is worried about his sinful act. Dear students, at the end of this introduction to the story, just I want to give you another introduction of the author Judith Arundel Wright. She was born on 31st May 1915 and the place of birth was Armadale, New South Wales, Australia. She died on 25th June 2000. At that time, she had led a life of 85 years. And place of her death is Canberra, Australian Capital Territory. Dear students, throughout her life, she enjoyed fame and respect. She was a poet. She was an author of so many books. She was a storyteller. She was a critic. She was a critic on other literary works of her time. She was an environmentalist. She worked for the environment and she was in favor of good environment, and she was a lover of nature, and she was an activist. She worked in many movements of environment and other nature saving. She wrote many books. The Nature of Love, a book of short stories, is referred here because this interesting story has been taken from this book. She published this book in 1966 and then she published these short stories in different other journals, especially the Bulletin. Then several volumes of poems. Excuse me for the azan. She wrote many other books for children, and she was keen interested in the child psychology. Her spouse, Jack McKinney, her husband, and she had a single child, Meredith McKinney. Many awards she won during her life, and particularly the Queen's Gold Medal for Poetry 1991 and Australian National Living Treasure Award 1998. The first award is to just saying she led a life of a person who worked for literature, and second award is mentioned here, she worked for the saving of nature. Dear students, you are assigned to read the story again and again to have good comprehension, and write answers to comprehension exercises in your need notebook. Home assignment for attendance: please write about the personality of Marvina and the personality of Max. You will send the home assignment for attendance to my personal number, the personal group for your students, fellows. Dear students, thank you very much for being here with me for this great lesson. Hope you will subscribe the channel to have the information about the uploads, the new uploads before many other students. And then you can give your comments in the comment section, and you also share my video to your friends. Thank you very much.